You can turn on the video. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Yogesh.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, as I mentioned in my email, I'm Yogesh. I'm part of corporate investigations team. Along with me is Kimberly. She's part of our employee relations management team. And Shannon is part of she's an ISA, part of our information risk management team. So we are here to discuss with you of a recent incident that was reported by client. And before I get into details, I want to tell you this discussion is confidential. Please do not share the details of this discussion with anyone. We also have a non-retaliation policy. So whatever information you share with us will be kept confidential. And if there is any retaliation, you should immediately report it to us. Okay? And that was a contractor, and which was the contracting agency. Now, currently, which project are you working for? What was the date you mentioned? You joined Cognizant? They said, okay, to use your personal laptop to connect to a virtual machine.
Yes.
Rohit told you that he will make you full-time?
Yes.
Even Richard tell you that he'll make you full-time? Oh, sorry. Who called you in the evening? This software Derek told you that he will be releasing you from the project.
I told
When
them.
did you tell Derek? Since your employer is not paying you, you want to move out of Cognizant? You expressed that you may or you may not continue with the project.
Yeah.
So you didn't get any communication from Derek after that?
No.
Okay, so the only communication you received was from Richard on 12th.
Yes.
So you handed over the laptop to IDC?
Yes.
I can understand your situation. You know, it's very difficult if an employee is not paid for 3 months. Okay, I know you have your own commitments. Everybody has their own commitments, but it's wrong that you are not being paid for 3 months.
Receiving a paycheck from your employer. It's not that Cognizant isn't paying your agency. Is that correct? Okay, so that's going to need to be taken up with your employer.
Yes.
Based on the information you're providing. Fortunately, based on what you've provided, it doesn't seem that, Cognizant has a hand in that. We can certainly review those records on, my end to make sure that everything is clear from a Cognizant perspective. But, again, as far as your employer paying you, that's going to come from your agency.
All right. If you don't have any further questions, if you have any questions, you can write to me. Thanks for your time. And please keep this discussion confidential. Is this phone conversation being recorded?
I told you, right? Everything is being recorded.
So saying Amy Software is recording this conversation as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks for your time. Thanks, Kimberly. Thank you.
We had about 4 sessions or so, and none of them has been converted to features or anything that I can see. We had a big one for CNI. I don't see anything there, right? So if you're waiting for DJ, something that when DJ is not there, you won't be able to gather the stories and put them in. I think when we were planning for this, you said you'll be doing it on the fly whilst you're having those meetings. I don't see them.
So you tell me, should I work or not?
I don't know. I mean, I don't control your. I don't control any of those things. It's up to Cognizant. I'm going to call Rohit. I'll call you back.
Yeah, sure. Please take care. Thank you.
Bye. What happened?
I never.
Oh wow, really? My God, no, that's crazy situation. Yeah, true, man. Everything is right there. I just came out of my illness, but yeah, this is shock to me as well. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say to you. It's just like, is anything happened on Friday? Like when I was not there, because I don't recall him mentioning anything. If sometime it's not right fit. I had a similar experience in my previous projects. And when you look at after 5 years and look back here, you feel like, oh wow, this is a great.
It's always.
That's why I always tell people that's how I learn as well myself. Always look at the bright side of the thing.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll figure it out something. Man. I don't want to discuss this further. I don't want to get involved with this. Nice meeting you as well. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
That's your future endeavor.
Yeah. Bye.
Take care, buddy. Thank you. Bye.
I'm releasing your February payment today. I'll make sure it goes out, but at least your response is required. because we need to make sure, and we are working with our clients. I can give you proof in writing. I am writing to them something for your hours until April, what you're claiming. And once I have that approval, we will take care of that payment also. There is nothing that IDC wants to stop here. So if they told you like that, then you can go and complain, but we are not going to pay you until they get paid. Actually, that's illegal, what they're saying. I can help you filing a complaint in the Department of Labor if you want. I can help you with the complete procedure, because anybody should not be doing that to an employee. Whether they get paid or not, that's their legal responsibility to pay you. So I'll try to help you as much as I can. But the only problem here is somebody from your employer needs to come online. Otherwise, this will take a very bad route, because, the first step itself, because of the property being stolen, is filing a police complaint. These cases, and I know the first step attorney will suggest to the end client is to file a police complaint. And it is not going to be in the name of the employer. Practically, you are going to get involved for no reason. So get somebody on call, and I will make sure your payments are coming. Okay, IDC is not going to hold anything if there is no issue. Our intent is not to do anything like that. I understand there was an issue and your payment was going to release, but it's just that Cognizant brought up something, so we holded on to it, what's going on. And February will be released today as long as I get that confirmation involved in a police case then. So that I would seriously suggest you get them online, or you file a complaint with the Department of Labor so that they act on it. Do you file a complaint against them? Sort it out. We will sort it out and close this matter. And as I said, I'm working with the client to make sure your March hours and whatever they're saying to sort that out also, and we will update you. But we need the customer.
Hello?
Yes, Subha. I was on a call.
I was just on a call till now. Did you speak with Sonia?
Yeah, I was checking with everyone, right? I was checking with Priya, and I did speak with Sonia. She is trying to be very unreasonable, Subha. I don't know what to say. She has already made up her mind, right?
I had no clue, right? I was absolutely surprised. But when she called me, she calls me Friday late evening, okay? So I didn't know what it was about, okay? I was thinking about something else. And then she tells me about this, right? I said, Sonia, first of all, I was not even this was not brought to my attention, right? Earlier, there is some time given, right? Have you spoken to him? This was my question to Sonia as well, right? Have you spoken to him? You guys connect, right? Looks like every often. So have you given this feedback? So she said it is her observation in terms of the 4 weeks. Yeah, again, I cannot. So she's obviously comparing yourself with the other lady, right? Who's that? They've recruited someone 4 weeks ago, just like you. She has brought her on, and Srilata. So she compares. She's seeing whatever that missing enthusiasm, energy, or whatever, right? Picking up the pieces, running it by yourself. But given that, right, I said, okay, fine, Sonia, it's 4 weeks. Why can't you work this out, right? I mean, you give some time. You work through this process, and then we'll go on, right? Because everybody will have feedback, right? All of us have feedback, right? Even I'll have feedback, you'll have feedback, Sonia will have feedback. It is the point of giving it to the person so that they can look into it and act upon it, right? It's not the other way around. So, but then she was very adamant. I had a very long conversation with her. Okay, I was trying to convince and say, let's not drop the ball, right, or whatever it is. But then, she ultimately said, no, I cannot, I don't want to go through this and blah, 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 whatever, right? So I couldn't convince her at the end of that long call. In the end, she is a client, and no matter how much I pushed, right, her word is final. And even if I go back to anyone, she can go back, to my bosses and whatnot. It will only get nasty, right? I mean, it won't get us anywhere. So that's where I wanted to convey that to you. And I thought maybe you talking to her would help sort out, but looks like it escalated even further. After getting to this point, there's no point, okay? There's no point in pushing you through with this engagement at least, okay? So how would you be comfortable, right? If you have to work, the very person with whom you had this conversation. So I wouldn't encourage that. And I don't know, it would be even good, right? And good health for you as well in this particular engagement. But then again, I oversee the entire North American, accounts for MLEU. So I have requirements elsewhere and all that. I can align. That's not an issue. So, and I don't want to say she's right or you're right or whoever is wrong here. I'm not saying Sonia is correct. Trust me. I went through a lot of trouble. Okay. I spent, weeks, trying to find a profile, get it interviewed. See, this is, you got a sense of how the client is, right? So So you can imagine what kind of trouble I was going through to just staff any single position. In your case, I went through a lot. Okay, we have been filtering. We had a discussion with the client. Client has okayed, and then you come on board, and then this happens. There's no feedback loop. Time is not given. See, the way I look at it, you would not be successful in any case, even if you were given the chance, right? You won't be successful. Don't you see that? I think it's going to damage, the cognizant relationship. I don't want to go to that level, and we don't need to, right? Let's drop it. There is no point. There is no point going to women. There's no point going to Nancy. It is a very tight-knit group out there. Okay, Sonia, women, as you know, report to Nancy. So it is a very tight-knit group. So Nancy is going to listen to only women and Sonia. Okay, she's not going to listen to anyone else. So there's no point, and I don't want to stir this hornet's nest, right? So absolutely, let's not even go there. We should drop this. I will talk to Sonia. She was trying to reach me earlier. That's fine. I'll deal with that later. But for now, to not connect, join, do anything, I will get you aligned, internally with my talent team, and I'll find you another. I think I already have another open position for a Scrum Master. I can align you there. Let's keep things simple. Don't worry too much about it. See, you're not. You got. I hope you're understanding. This is through Sonia, right? If Sonia has said no, then why do you want to do any of that, right? There's no value in any of that.
Oh, okay. So do I need to submit the timesheet or not? Where do I stand?
No, starting from today, don't. We'll get you back onto Cognizant, whatever system, right? And they will, once I have this other account, we'll move you there. So until then, you'll be on Cognizant bench or whatever it is. So you don't submit any timesheets from today onwards, from Monday onwards. Till Friday, it is fine. Submit all your timesheets till Friday in the PG&E system.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so do that. Cutoff is your Friday. Don't worry about it. So you can drop a note or whatever it is, right? So just hang on. Don't do anything right now.
Okay.
We are in the thick of this, right? By end of the day, we'll do all that. Let me, in the meantime, see, you agree, right? There's no point in reconnecting any dots here with PG&E. Forget that, okay? So let me talk to, see, I have 11:30 call with my talent team, where we review all these accounts and positions, right? So I will open this up, right? The moment I open it up, it gets grabbed. So you don't have to worry on that part, okay? So I'll get you connected. Don't worry. Just take it easy, right? I mean, these things happen, okay? This is not the first time. I'm sure you must have faced. I've faced so many of these before. So it's just about how do we take and move forward. So stay tuned. I'll let you know. I'll reach out or whatever. I'll connect you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Apparently, you know what happened, right? So it's not Cognizant's mistake. Your employer himself did not send the invoices to Cognizant. That's why the payment didn't happen. I'm not sure if they told you that. So
yeah.
So he's not going to talk directly about logistics with you. You're just a part in his team. So he's going to deal directly with the vertical lead because that's who he has a relationship with.
Yeah.
Are you in meetings with Dirk sending you tasks? You should never go directly to the client. You should have come to me when you had a payment issue. First off, I did not know about your payment issue because, you only started at Connect a little later, right? So your payments, backdated payments all the way from January, you just, blew up thinking that Cognizant would not pay. Man, you know how many contractors Cognizant employs every year? And you think they do it to everyone? You should have figured out what the real reason was. So had you figured it out, you would have known it's not Cognizant, but your employer messed up by not sending invoices. Okay? So Cognizant never has any payment issues ever that I know of. I personally have hired at least 50 contractors in the last 6 months. Nobody has any payment issues. If you had some patience and come to me, I would have helped you figure it out. But no, you went straight to Derek, and Derek saw that as an opportunity. He was like, okay, first off, he's not impressed with what he'd seen. I took a stand for you, and we had a relationship. You never came to me. You went straight to Derek.
You tell me the solution.
Did you not? So your past payment is still due?
Yes.
Since when? What the hell? Somebody told me that your payment issues have been resolved.
Who told?
Hang on, let me check. Hang on. That's what HR told me, that your payment issues have been resolved. That's why I wrote in that email that your issues have been resolved. And hang on, let me check with Preeti then. Yeah, but do not attend any more meetings with Con Ed.
Okay.
Currently, there are no rules. Okay, let me be honest with you. I don't know if people have been transparent or not, but there are no rules at Cognizant for PM at this point in time. The only one we had was the Con Ed one, right? So this was the only one that we had at that point in time. unfortunately, today you will be terminated from Cognizant as a contractor, but there's no reason why you should not be paid, right? So I'll try and figure out the payment part of it. But I would say, if you deal, you should have come to me, man. I would have tried to help you resolve this a while ago. But anyway, nothing too late. Let's try and figure out the payment part. And also, if you don't burn bridges with people, people will seek you out. I mean, today I don't have a role, tomorrow I might, right? So you have to try and find out where the issue was. I mean, the company like Cognizant, they don't hold up payments. If your employer was the middleman, if they're doing the right thing, fighting on your behalf, Cognizant is not going to hold up payment. I don't know, for some reason I couldn't conference you in. Anyway, so he said he's going to talk to Derek to clarify any confusion. But, we'll try to, if Derek says no, he doesn't want to continue. See, the thing is, he said he wants you off, and then he's also attending meetings with you. So there's a problem, right? So that piece, he said he'll ask. He'll probably let me know by the end of the day today if you can continue at Con Ed or if he wants you released today. But, we'll try and make today your last day if Derek says no. If Derek says yes, then we can continue and we can work on the full-time option. Okay?
Okay.
Now, the other thing is about your payment. Let me reach out to Shriti and figure out what's going on there. I'll need some time, though. I'll figure it out.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Got a call from Derek this morning. I sent a note to internal Cognizant team also. But Derek told me that you've been informing him Cognizant has asked you not to work for Conet. So who from Cognizant asked you to do that? Okay. So probably your communication to him was incomplete because in his mind, his employer is
Cognizant. Yeah.
Your employer is Cognizant.
Yeah.
Okay. So and your employer is asking you not to work for Conet only because of the payment that they have not received, and hence you have not received. Is that the no problem? So I got your point. I was confused. I thought probably you are upset about something and you have decided not to work for Conet or something like that. But this seems to be a different kind of a scenario. So I have, sent a note to the Cognizant, whoever guys are solving your invoice thing, right? I sent a note to them also, informing them that, this is what the customer has heard from you. And so they might reach out to you, explain it to them that this is the scenario, or reply to yesterday's last email, whatever you have on the invoice thing, right? Just respond to everybody saying my employer has asked me not to work for Cognizant anymore. And so I've informed the same to the customer as well. Before anybody reaches out to you, if you send that email that way, they'll directly hit your, you're on visa or you're a citizen, green card holder, what is your status on? The reason why I asked you that is, I understand your point. I've seen this in past also. We'll make sure that your thing is sorted out sooner than later. You will get your money and you will get it quickly. And secondly, in parallel, see if you can reduce the chains. When somebody from Cognizant HR will reach out to you, ask them, how do I work? How do I reduce few layers, right? Even if it is through one contractor right now, preferred contractor right now, that way at least you save a lot of hurdles, right? And then we can look at onboarding you full time, something like that. But start with reducing the number of levels. Tell them that you have had a word with me also, and it might be helpful to reduce the levels and see how that can work for you. Okay, and then I'll talk to Richard and Jason and team, and I'll ask them if we can consider you for a full-time role here. And then another thing is a time and material program. If he is asking for a time and material program, he needs to understand that he has a lot of ownership skin in the game. I will set that expectation with him on the DA thing in terms of resource. If it is a Cognizant resource, yes, he can bring in a lot of Cognizant style of work. But if a resource is new to the engagement and you are primarily owning the responsibility on a time and material kind of engagement, then typically the responsibility is higher on you, right? So I think that's a tough conversation with Derek. I will talk to him later today and see how we can set the right expectations with him. and then we'll take it forward. But when you have a conversation with Derek, you might want to tell him that, see, and just from understanding point of view, right? You need to resolve it with the Cognizant this thing.
Let me email that saying that my employer has pulled me out of the project. Let me know what Cognizant has to say about it.
Do that ASAP, and then talk to whoever from HR calls you, just reconfirm if they're from HR, or they can talk about HR stuff and all. Get this sorted out quickly first, and then we'll jump on to the next step of handling Derek. Okay. All right. And let Derek know, just to clarify, it was my employer, which is not Cognizant, but I am through another vendor.
Yeah.
They have asked me to stop working for now because they're trying to resolve an issue with Cognizant.
Okay.
So my apologies if I confused the matter, but that is what I meant. Something like that. So that Derek and your relationship is not hurt.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that right away.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rohit. Take care.
Take care. Yeah, bye.
You're going to take legal action, man. You're going to be behind bars pretty soon. This is absolutely uncalled for, and this is you have to know this is criminal activity. Do you understand that? Do you understand the ramifications of what you're doing?
So this is a very, very serious thing. Extremely serious. There are a lot of people researching it. Quick. Let me just get Derek on the call. Okay? It's really serious. I need to think twice before you make a statement. If you deleted any of the data today, you need to be really transparent and let the teams know what is happening, because the more mystery gets added to the whole picture, the more people will get furious, and the senior it will get escalated. We have to be very candid with what happened. So doing that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Record this call for legal purpose, because I am going to receive the evidence of deletion log. They cannot recover the data, but they have the deletion log of who deleted it and when. And the cybersecurity team will be able to give an exact IP address of which machine was used, the user logged in, and the entire the sequence of events. So they have their own dedicated forensic team, right? So they can easily find who did what. If Derek is giving around information, he'll be under the heat. If you are giving around information, you know what will be the legal action. Right? One of you will be behind the bars, for sure, within this week. For sure, right? You understand that, correct?